The air was thick with smoke. The ground shook with every explosion. Fire rained from the sky as the human soldiers pushed deeper into the alien city. Buildings stood like broken bones, and ash fell like snow. Sergeant Logan marched through the rubble, holding his plasma rifle close. His face was hard, eyes sharp. He had seen many battles. He didn't trust aliens. Not after what happened on Mars Base 12. Move forward, his captain said. Clear all life signs, no mercy. Logan nodded but said nothing. He hated these missions. It felt wrong. The squad moved street by street. They found nothing but silence and destruction. Then Logan's scanner beeped. A weak signal. Close. He raised a hand. Wait, life sign detected small, maybe a child. The team pointed their weapons at the burned building ahead. Logan stepped inside. Alone. It was dark. The roof had collapsed. Fire still burned in one corner. Logan moved slowly, careful not to make noise. Then he saw them, a young alien boy, no older than 5, shaking in fear behind a cracked wall. Next to him, an alien woman, clearly injured. Blood on her arms. She looked at Logan with wide, terrified eyes. Don't move, Logan said, aiming his rifle. The woman gasped. She pulled her son behind her and shouted, Please! Don't hurt him. Logan kept his weapon steady. The woman didn't run, she didn't fight. Instead, she dropped to her knees, holding her hands up. Punish me, she cried. Not my son. Please, please, I beg you. Her voice broke, her body trembled. Tears mixed with dirt on her face. Logan froze. He had seen many aliens before, but this was different. This one was a mother. Begging not for herself, but for her child. The boy clung to her back, his eyes wide with fear. He didn't speak. Just watched the soldier with silent terror. Outside, the squad called, Logan, report. He didn't answer. He looked at the woman. Again, she wasn't a soldier. She wore simple clothes, no armor, no weapon. Why are you here? He asked, voice low. They left us, she said. We had no place to go. I tried to find food. He is just a child. He doesn't know war. Logan lowered his weapon a little. What's your name? Jera, she said. My son's name is Kale. Logan looked at Kale. The boy was thin. Hungry, shaking, he remembered something. A flash from his past. His own mother, years ago, holding him tight as soldiers shouted outside their door. She had protected him. She had begged too, and someone had listened. Logan sighed. He turned off. His rifle's power core. We have to leave, he said. Jera blinked. What? They'll kill you if they find you? They don't care if you're a mother. She shook her head. I can't walk fast. I'm wounded. Logan stepped forward and picked up Kale. The boy flinched but didn't scream. I'll carry him, Logan said. You follow close. We don't have much time. Jera stared at him like she couldn't believe it. Why are you helping us? Logan didn't answer right away. He looked at the broken building, the burning sky, the ruined city. Then he said, Because someone helped me once, when I didn't deserve it either. He tapped his communicator. False alarm, just shadows. Moving on. Copy that, the team replied. Logan led Jera through the broken streets, taking quiet paths, avoiding other soldiers. When they reached the edge of the war zone, they hid behind a wall. A transport ship waited nearby. Logan whispered, Stay. Here, I'll get us out. Jera looked at her son, then back at Logan. If they catch you, they'll kill you too, she said. Logan gave a small smile. Then let's not get caught. He vanished into the shadows. Jera held her son tightly. Her heart raced. She didn't know this human, but for some reason she trusted him. Maybe not all humans were cruel. Maybe this one still had a heart. Minutes later, Logan returned. Come on, he said. I got us 5 minutes. They ran. The transport door opened. They jumped in. The ship lifted off just as the alarm sounded. Jera sat down, holding her son in her lap. She looked at Logan. Thank you, she whispered. Logan didn't reply. He just sat beside them, watching the burning city disappear through the window. Inside, he felt something strange. Not guilt, not fear, but something else. Something he hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. Asterisk. The transport ship flew through the dark sky, silent and fast. Inside, Logan sat across from Jera and her son. The boy was sleeping, head resting on his mother's lap. Jera held him gently, still shaking from fear and exhaustion. Logan checked the time. "We'll reach the human base in 10 minutes. He said. Jera looked at him, confused. "Your base? Won't they hurt us?" Logan didn't answer right away. His eyes stared at the blinking lights inside the ship. "They won't see you," he finally said. "Not if we stay quiet." Jera frowned. "You're risking everything." "Why?" Logan took a deep breath. "Because you made me remember something." "I tried to forget." Jera tilted her head. "What?" "My mother," he said quietly. "She once did the same as you. She begged for my life, and someone listened. A stranger. He saved us." Jera said nothing. She just nodded slowly. The ship landed on a hidden pad at the edge of the human military base. Logan stood and motioned for her to follow. "Stay close, and don't speak." Jera picked up her son, who was still asleep, and walked behind Logan. Her heart pounded in her chest. They moved through the shadows, past buildings and steel walls. Cameras blinked above them. Guards stood at the gates, but Logan knew the paths. The cameras didn't see. He had taken them many times. They reached a quiet storage unit behind the main barracks. Logan opened the door with a stolen access card. Inside were crates, tools, and old equipment. "You can hide here for now," he said. Jera stepped inside and laid her son on a blanket. Logan handed her a small bottle of water and a packet of dried food. "It's not much," he said. "But it'll help." Jera looked at the food, then back at Logan. "I don't know how to thank you." Logan gave her a tired smile. "Just keep him safe." Suddenly his communicator beeped. "Sergeant Logan, report to debriefing room." "Immediate." Logan's eyes narrowed. "I have to go." "I'll be back soon. Stay hidden. Don't open this door for anyone." Jera nodded, gripping her son tightly. Logan entered the debriefing room. His captain, Commander Brill, was already waiting. "You were late returning from sweep duty," Brill said coldly. Logan stood straight. "I found no threats. Area was clear." Brill leaned forward. "Then explain why a transport ship left the zone without orders." "Someone hacked the access log." Logan didn't blink. "I don't know, sir." Brill narrowed his eyes. "Be careful, Logan. We've heard whispers. Some soldiers are protecting aliens. That is treason. You know the punishment." "Yes, sir. Good, dismissed." Logan left quickly, his heart beating fast. He knew they were watching. He had to be more careful. Back in the storage unit, Jera looked around the small room. It was dusty and cold, but safe. Her son, Cale, opened his eyes. "Mama, where are we?" "We are safe for now," she whispered, brushing his hair. "Eh?" "Kind man is helping us. Is he like the others?" The boy asked. Jera paused. "No, he's different." Cale looked up. "Why is he helping?" Jera hugged him tight. "Because maybe not all humans are enemies." Hours passed. Logan returned late in the night, carrying more supplies, blankets, warm food, medicine. Jera's eyes widened. "They'll see you." "I told them I was checking the fuel systems." He handed her the food. "Eat. You both need strength." Jera hesitated. "You could be killed for this." Logan shrugged. "I've seen too many innocent people suffer. I won't let it happen again." Then Cale spoke, his voice quiet. "Are you a soldier?" Logan looked at him. "Yes." "Do soldiers always fight?" Logan knelt beside him. "Not always. Sometimes they protect." Cale smiled for the first time. Jera felt something stir in her chest. Hope. But hope didn't last long. The next morning, Logan was stopped by two soldiers at the base gate. One of them, a rough man named Cray, said, "Heard you were sneaking around last night." Logan kept calm. "Just doing my job," Cray smirked. "Funny, a drone picked up movement near the storage units." "You know anything about that?" Logan's stomach twisted. "No." Cray leaned close. "Watch yourself. Not all of us like traitors." Logan walked away, fists clenched. He had to act fast. They were getting too close. Back at the unit, Logan told Jera, "They're starting to notice. We can't stay here." Jera looked worried. "Where will we go?" "There's a refugee camp." Logan said, "Far from here. It's run by neutral traders." They don't ask questions, Jera nodded. We'll go. Logan looked at her and Kale dirty, tired but alive. He realized he cared. Not just because they were innocent, but because they reminded him of something important. Something human. He stood. Rest tonight. We leave tomorrow at dawn. Jera whispered, Thank you, Logan. You are not like the others. Logan looked down. Maybe I used to be, but not anymore. Outside, the cold wind blew across the metal walls of the base. Inside, the storage room, one soldier, one alien mother, and one small boy shared the same fragile hope that not all enemies stayed enemies forever. The sun hadn't risen yet when Logan opened the storage unit door. A cold wind blew in, making Kale shiver. Jera wrapped him tighter in the blanket. It's time, Logan said softly. Jera nodded and stood, her body sore but ready. She had been in hiding for too long. Logan gave her a small bag with supplies, water, dried food, a map. We moved through the mountain pass. The camp is 2 days away if we go fast. Jera looked at her son. He's strong. We'll make it. They slipped out of the base before the alarms changed to morning patrol. Logan knew the guard patterns. He had studied them for weeks during night shifts. The trio moved quietly through the hills, following the old service tunnels. Each step took them farther from the base and deeper into danger. By midday, they reached an abandoned fuel station. In the wild zone, rusted tanks stood like dead trees and wind howled through broken metal. We'll rest here, Logan said. Just for an hour. Kale sat on a piece of rubble, tired and pale. Jera gave him water. Logan checked the map, but something felt wrong. Then his communicator buzzed. A secure message. Sergeant Logan, you are charged with aiding alien fugitives. A unit is tracking you. Surrender now. Logan's face hardened. Jera saw the message in his eyes. They know. Logan nodded. We've been labeled traitors. Both of us? No, he said. Just me. They don't see you as anything. Just targets. Jera held Kale close. Logan grabbed his rifle and stood. They're coming. We move now. They didn't get far. By evening, Logan spotted movement in the distance. Black armor. Red lights. Scouts, he whispered. They ran into a narrow canyon. Hiding behind large rocks. Suddenly, a deep voice echoed. Surrender. You are surrounded. Logan's heart pounded. He turned to Jera and Kale. Split up. I'll draw them away. Jera shook her head. No. I'll meet you at the Old Cum's Tower, he said. Go east. Stay in the shadows. Jera hesitated, then grabbed Kale and ran. Logan ran in the opposite direction, firing shots into the sky. The soldiers followed his noise, chasing him over rocks and ledges. Bullets whizzed past him. He ducked behind a large boulder, breathing hard. A soldier landed behind him. Cray. Logan raised his weapon, but Cray was faster. He knocked the rifle away and kicked Logan to the ground. You betrayed us, Cray growled. For aliens? Logan spat blood. They were more human than you ever were. Cray raised his weapon. A flash. Logan rolled, grabbing a sharp rock. Slamming it into Cray's arm? The gun dropped. Logan didn't kill him. He ran. Meanwhile, Jera and Kale moved through the forest quietly. The path was rough and branches scratched their skin. Kale cried, Mama, I'm scared. I know, my little star, she whispered. But we have to keep going. Suddenly, they heard something behind them. Growls, fast steps, not soldiers. Hunters. Alien. Bounty trackers using old tech to hunt escaped civilians. Jera stopped breathing for a second. They found us. She held her son tighter and ran. The trees blurred. The growls grew closer. A tall beast leaped in front of them. 3 eyes. Thick armor, long claws. Jera stepped in front of her son. Her hands shook, but she stood tall. Then dash boom. A plasma shot hit the beast in the neck. It fell with a loud cry. Logan emerged from the shadows, breathing hard. You made it, Jera gasped. I said I would. Logan helped her up. The soldiers weren't the only ones watching. Someone put a bounty on your head. Jera's face turned pale. My people? Logan nodded. Looks like both sides want you dead. She looked at her son, confused and afraid. Why? She asked. Why are we hunted from both sides? Logan looked at Kale. It's not just you, it's him. Jera's eyes widened. What do you mean? Logan pulled out a scanner. I checked earlier. His DNA, it's rare, a match with something powerful. An ancient signal. Jera fell to her knees. I thought they would forget. What is he? Logan asked Zh. Looked up at the stars. My son is a key, not to a weapon, but to a machine buried on my home planet. A machine that can restart dead worlds. Logan blinked. No wonder everyone wants him. Jera nodded. That's why I ran. They wanted to use him, to control him. Kale looked up. Am I dangerous, Mama? Jera hugged him tightly. No, you're a gift. But they don't see that. Logan looked around. We have to keep moving. We can't stay in one place too long. As night fell, they made camp in a small cave. Hidden by rocks. Logan stood at the entrance. Guarding them. Zh watched him in silence. You could have left us, she said. I know, he replied. Why didn't you? He didn't turn around, because I'm tired of watching the wrong people suffer. Jera placed a hand on his arm. You may be hunted, Logan, but you're not alone. Logan looked at her and nodded. In the darkness, with danger all around them, 3 souls rested tired, afraid, but not broken. They were hunted from both sides, but they still had each other. And sometimes that was enough to survive. The cave was cold and quiet. Outside, the wind howled through the rocky cliffs, but inside, the flames of a small fire flickered gently. Logan sat near the entrance, holding his weapon and scanning the darkness. Every sound outside made him tense. Zh. And Kale rested near the back of the cave. The boy was curled under a thick blanket, fast asleep. But Jera could not sleep. Her eyes were open, her thoughts spinning. She had kept the truth hidden for years. Now, she feared it might be too late. She looked at Logan. You said the scanner found something unusual in Kale? Logan nodded. His body gives off a signal. I don't know what it means, but maybe your own people were tracking it, not just humans. Jera looked down. It's not a signal, it's a pulse. A kind of energy inside him. Pass through blood. Is it dangerous? Jera's face turned sad. Not if he's left alone. But if someone forces it to awaken, if they try to use it, yes, it could destroy everything. Logan was quiet. Then he asked, Why didn't you tell me this before? Because I didn't want to believe it was real, she whispered. His father had the same gift. That's why he died. Logan's eyes narrowed. Your husband? Jera shook her head. Not husband. He was a guardian, a chosen one. He guarded the ruins of the machine until they killed him. Logan looked toward the sleeping boy. And now your son carries the same gift? Jera nodded. But Kale doesn't know. He's just a child. A moment of silence passed between. Then suddenly the fire dimmed. Kale sat up in his sleep. His eyes were still closed. His body began to glow faintly. Jera gasped. No. Logan jumped to his feet. What's happening? Kale rose to his feet, still asleep. His hands lifted into the air, and small rocks began to float around him. A soft hum echoed in the cave. Jera ran to him. Kale, wake up. It's not safe. But Kale didn't move. His body rose into the air, hovering. His skin glowed brighter. Symbols appeared on his arms, ancient runes, pulsing with light. Logan stared in shock. Is this the machine energy? Jera held her son's hand. Yes. He's connecting to it in his dream. Kale's voice echoed not from his mouth, but in their minds. The stars are watching. The lock is broken. The power flows. Logan's heart pounded. He's speaking in code. What does it mean? Jera shouted. He's not ready. He's too young. She held Kale tightly. Suddenly, the glow stopped. Kale fell into her arms, unconscious. The fire returned to normal. Silence. Logan slowly walked forward. Is he okay? Jera nodded, tears in her eyes. He's asleep. The power faded, for now. Logan looked at the symbols, now fading from Kale's skin. We need answers. Real ones. Jera looked up. There is one place, a hidden temple deep in the mountains. Only few know of it. Kale's father once took me there. Will it help us understand this? She nodded. Yes, it's the only place where his power can be controlled. Logan stood tall. Then we go there next. The next morning, they started the climb. The air grew thinner as they moved higher. Snow covered the trails. The mountain paths were steep, narrow, and dangerous. Cale was weak but awake. He walked with his mother, holding her hand tightly. After hours of climbing, they found an old door carved into the mountain wall. Strange symbols were written across it. Jera touched the stone. "We're here." The door creaked open by itself. Inside, the temple was dark but warm. Crystals lit the halls with soft blue light. Logan walked slowly, his hand on his weapon. They entered a chamber filled with mirrors. At the center was a stone circle. Jera led Cale to it. "He must step inside alone," she said. Cale looked scared. "Will it hurt?" Jera knelt beside him. "No, my love. It will help you understand who you are." Cale stepped into the circle. The mirrors around him glowed one by one. Images appeared, a great war, a planet turning to ash, a glowing figure, Cale's father standing in front of a massive alien machine, arms raised, then a child. Cale, Logan, stared. "That's him," Jera nodded, "the last of the bloodline." Suddenly, the mirrors shattered. Cale cried out. A voice boomed across the chamber. "He is awake. He must choose creation or destruction." Cale fell to his knees. Jera rushed forward, holding him close. "You're okay?" "I'm here." Cale looked up. "I saw everything. The wars, the machines, the pain." Jera wiped his tears. "You don't have to carry that pain, not alone." Cale whispered. "They'll come for me again." Logan stepped forward. "Then they'll have to go through me first." Jera looked at Logan, her eyes soft. "You don't have to protect us. You've, already done too much." Logan shook his head. "No, I haven't done enough. We're in this together now." He looked at Cale and said firmly, "And I swear, I'll never let them take you." Outside the temple, snow began to fall. In the distance, shadows moved. Someone, or something, was watching, and they were not alone anymore. Asterisk. The snowstorm came fast. By morning, the temple was buried in white silence. Logan stood near the entrance, scanning the mountain trail. The wind stung his face, but he didn't care. Something felt wrong. Too quiet. Inside, Jera made a small fire. Cale sat beside her, still pale from the visions he saw the night before. "Are you all right?" she asked, brushing his hair back. Cale nodded slowly. "It's like I remember a life that was never mine." Jera kissed his forehead. "Those memories belong to your father. You carry them now, but you are still you." Logan stepped back inside, shaking snow from his coat. "We have to move soon." Jera looked up. "Where will we go now?" "There's a valley beyond these peaks, a place with deep caves. Hard to track. We'll be safe there." She nodded. "We trust you." Cale looked up at Logan. "Will the bad people come again?" Logan knelt beside him. "They might, but I'll stop them." Cale smiled. "You're like a warrior from the old stories." Logan gave a small laugh. "I'm just a tired soldier." They packed their things quickly and left the temple. The snow was deep, and the wind made it hard to walk. Cale rode on Logan's back, wrapped in furs. Jera walked beside them, her eyes alert. By sunset, they reached a narrow cliff path. Below was a frozen river. The path was the only way forward. Logan studied the trail. "Be careful. It's narrow and steep." They began to cross one by one, halfway. Across, Cale whispered, "Something's watching us." Logan froze. Then boom! A blast hit the cliff behind them. Rocks flew. Snow tumbled. The path shook. Jera screamed as the edge cracked under her feet. She grabbed onto a jagged rock, her legs dangling over the drop. "Hold on!" Logan shouted. He set Cale down safely and rushed to pull her up. Before he could grab her, figures appeared on the cliff behind them, soldiers in black armor. With weapons drawn. Logan recognized the leader instantly. Commander Brill. "You didn't really think we'd lose you in the snow, did you, Sergeant?" Brill sneered. Logan's jaw clenched. "You followed us." Brill raised a blaster. "We tracked the boy's signal." "You led us straight to him," Logan growled. "You said this mission was about clearing threats. You never said we were hunting." "A child." Brill smiled coldly. "Orders changed. That boy is a weapon. We want him alive, but the mother, not needed." Jera gasped, still clinging to the ledge. Logan moved in front of Kale. You're not touching either of them. Brill signaled his men. If the soldier resists, kill him. But before they could fire, a loud roar echoed through the canyon. Everyone turned. From above the cliffs, massive shapes dropped into view. Alien hunters. Armored, armed, and twice the size of a man, not human. Not allies. The bounty hunters had come. Chaos exploded. Blasts flew in every direction. One of Brill's men was lifted into the air and slammed into the rocks. Another was cut down by glowing alien blades. Brill shouted, fall back, it's a trap. Logan grabbed Jera and pulled her up from the edge. Kale ran to them, terrified. What's happening? Logan pulled them behind a rock wall. We were both followed. They used us to find each other. Jera's eyes widened. They want a war. Brill's voice echoed through the noise. Logan, you fool! You led them right to us. Logan shouted back. I didn't lead them. You followed me. A hunter charged at them, but Kale stepped forward. His body began to glow. Stay back, he whispered. The ground shook. Light burst from his hands. Not heat, not fire, but pure energy. It pushed the hunter back like a wave. The air stilled for a second. Jera stared at her son. You controlled it. Kale was breathing hard. I didn't mean to. I was just scared. Logan looked at him in awe. That was incredible. More blasts rang out. We need to get out now, Logan said. This whole place will collapse. They ran along the cliff wall as fire lit up the sky behind them. A hunter tried to block their path, but Logan fired 3 shots straight into its chest. The creature fell. They reached a side tunnel and disappeared into the darkness. Hours later, deep in a hidden cave, the 3 sat by a quiet fire again. Jera looked at Logan. You saved us. Again, Logan shook his head. You saved yourselves. That boy, he's not a weapon. He's a miracle. Jera touched her son's face. He needs guidance, not war. Logan nodded. And I'll help, no matter what comes next. Outside, smoke rose from the cliffs. 2 enemies had fought each other, but the real war was only beginning. The wind was still. Logan stood with his hands above his head, his weapon on the ground. They had caught him. Jera and Kale were held behind a force shield, their wrists locked in glowing cuffs. Soldiers surrounded them, guns ready, faces cold. At the front stood Commander Brill, his black uniform sharp against the snowy ground. His face held no pity. This is your last chance, Logan, Brill said, stepping closer. Pick up the weapon. Finish the mission. Logan's eyes narrowed. The mission changed. This isn't war, it's murder. Brill sneered. It's control. That child is dangerous. That alien woman helped hide him. They both broke the law. They're not criminals. They're not human, Brill snapped. And you used to be a soldier? Now you're a traitor? Brill threw Logan a weapon. Prove me wrong, he said. Execute the woman. You'll earn your place back. Behind the shield, Jera's eyes were wide with fear. She didn't speak. She only stared at Logan. Kale gripped her hand. Mama, don't let them hurt you. Logan picked up the weapon. Slowly he turned toward the shield. Brill smirked. Do it. 1 shot, end her. The other soldiers watched, silent. The gun felt heavy. Logan's finger hovered over the trigger. Jera didn't beg this time. She only whispered, do what your heart tells you. And that broke him. Logan's hands shook. His mind flashed to the first day he saw her, in the ruins, shielding her son. Punish me, not my son, she had begged. Now she stood, waiting to die. Logan lowered the gun. I won't do it. Brill's smile vanished. What? I said no, Logan said louder. I won't kill an innocent woman, Brill growled. She's not innocent. She raised a threat. She lied. She ran. Logan stepped between Brill and the shield. Then punish. Gasps spread through the soldiers. Brill stepped back. You're insane. No, Logan said. I'm free. He threw the gun down. Brill raised his blaster. You made your choice. Before he could fire, Kale screamed energy in his body surged. The force shield cracked. A shockwave burst out, knocking soldiers to the ground. Brill flew back, hitting the snow hard. Jera and Kale were free, Logan rushed to them, grabbing their hands. Run! They darted through the chaos. Brill shouted. Stop them! Kill the boy! Soldiers fired blindly, but Kale raised his hand and a glowing wall of energy blocked the blasts. Logan shot 2 guards as they reached the edge of the hill. Dropship waited below. Ira gasped. How? I called in a favor, Logan said. From someone who still believes in doing what's right. They slid down the icy slope. Brill appeared behind them, blood running from his head. Logan, he shouted. You'll die with them. He raised his blaster one more time. Kale turned. His eyes glowed. Logan shouted, Kale, no. But Kale didn't blast Brill. He did something else. He made the snow rise like a wall between them, gentle, quiet, and firm. The boy chose mercy, not revenge. Brill's screams faded behind the snow as the trio boarded the dropship. The engines roared. The ship lifted into the sky, leaving the battlefield below. The ship. Silence. Jera wrapped Kale in a blanket, holding him tight. Logan sat across from them, breathing hard. His hands still shook. Jera looked at him. You didn't pull the trigger. I couldn't, he said. You chose us. I chose what was right. Kale looked at him. Does that mean we're safe? Now? Logan looked out the window. For now, but they'll keep coming. Jera said softly, then we'll keep running. Logan turned to her. Or we stop hiding. We find the others, the ones who still care? The ones who believe peace is possible. You think they're still out there? She asked. I have to, he replied. Because if I stop believing that, then I'm no better than Brill. Jera reached out and took his hand. You saved us more than once, she whispered. Not just with your gun, but with your heart. Logan looked at their joined hands, then at Kale, who was now sleeping again. Peacefully this time. I couldn't pull the trigger, Logan said. Because my heart knew the truth. And what is the truth? Jera asked. Logan smiled faintly. That the future shouldn't be built on fear. It should be protected with love. Outside, the stars began to shine through the clouds, and somewhere beyond them, a new path was waiting to be followed. Asterisk, the dropship flew through the sky. Silent above the clouds. Logan sat by the window, watching stars appear as night fell. Beside him, Kale slept peacefully, his head on Jera's lap. For the first time in days, there were no explosions, no shouting. No one chasing them, but Logan knew peace like this never lasted. He turned to Jera. There's one more place. One final chance? Jera looked tired but hopeful. Where? Illy's Reach, he said. A hidden planet. Old tech buried deep underground. The last Guardian stayed there, waiting. Jera nodded. That's where Kale will be safe? No, Logan said. That's where Kale must decide. 2 days later, the dropship landed on a quiet world covered in green fields and glowing lakes. The air was warm. The sky shimmered with soft lights. It didn't look like a battlefield. It looked like a dream. Logan led them to a massive stone gate built into a hillside. Vines crawled up its surface. Ancient writing glowed as Kale approached. The door opened slowly. Inside was silence. A large, round chamber filled with glowing crystal pillars and silver carvings that hummed softly. Jera touched one. This is Guardian technology. Kale walked to the center, eyes wide. It's beautiful. Suddenly a soft voice echoed. Through the room, child of the core, you have returned. A figure stepped out of the shadows, tall, calm, not fully human. Not fully alien, a guardian. He wore robes woven with light and energy. You bring the power of the old world. The Guardian said to Kale, but with that power comes a choice. Logan stepped forward. He's just a kid. The Guardian looked at him, and yet the universe watches him. Jera knelt beside her son. What do you want from him? The Guardian spoke slowly. A long time ago, a machine was built to heal dead planets. But in the wrong hands it became a weapon. Now it waits again for someone pure to awaken it. Kale whispered, Me? Yes, the Guardian said. But power can't be shared unless it's given freely. Kale looked at Logan and Jera. Will it hurt? The Guardian smiled gently. Only if your heart carries fear. Kale stepped into the center of the room. Crystals lit up. The ground glowed beneath his feet. Jera reached for him. Kale, he looked back at her. I have to do this, Mama. I feel it. She nodded, tears in her eyes. I trust you. Light swirled around him. He closed his eyes. His voice echoed through the chamber, not in fear, but in calm strength. I choose life. I choose peace. I choose love. The chamber exploded in golden light across the galaxy. Something changed. Ruined worlds stirred. Dead forests bloomed. Again, poisoned air turned clean. Machines that had slept for centuries came back to life, but not as weapons. As healers. Brill's command ship, far above another planet, shook as systems failed. He shouted, "What is happening?" One of his officers screamed, "The machine!" "It's been activated, but not as a weapon, as a cure." Brill froze. No, he wasn't supposed to choose that." Back on Ely's reach, the light faded. Kale fell to his knees. Jera ran to him, holding him close. "You did it," Kale smiled weakly. "The stars are singing." Logan knelt beside them. "You made the right choice." The Guardian stepped forward. "His gift has spread. Life will return to many broken places. But he will need rest." Jera asked, "Is it over?" The Guardian nodded. "For now. But peace is not kept by machines. It is kept by people." He looked at Logan. "You walked away from orders. You chose heart over command. You protected what others wanted to destroy." Logan said nothing, but his eyes were steady. The Guardian smiled. "You are no longer just a soldier. You are a Guardian now." Logan blinked. "What?" Jera looked at him with a soft smile. "You deserve it." Kale grinned sleepily. "Does that mean you get to wear cool robes?" Logan laughed for the first time in weeks. "Let's hope not." Weeks passed. On Ely's Reach, a home was built, a small one, near a river. Logan stayed close. Jera planted flowers. Kale played with glowing fish in the water. They were no longer running. One evening, as stars filled the sky, Jera sat beside Logan on the porch. "You changed everything," she said. He shook his head. "He did. You helped him believe in himself," she said. "That changed him. That saved us." Logan looked at her. "I didn't save you, Jera. Your heart did. You begged for your son's life. You gave up everything. That's the kind of strength the world needs." She touched his hand. "So, what happens now?" Logan looked up at the stars. "We teach him how to protect, how to choose peace, and when the world calls again, we'll be ready." Kale came running toward them, smiling. "Mama, Logan, come see. The trees are glowing." They stood up together. They walked toward the light. Logan whispered, "Let them come. We won't run anymore." Jera smiled. "Not when we have hearts like his."